I launched my own e-learning platform, which is called Online Edu. And I encourage you to go and check the other classes that I do. Obviously, because of my background, I also offer courses and classes that are focused on interior design. In particular, I have been developing a few courses that are focused on different topics that are related to interior design. And today, I am going to introduce to you 6 different courses that basically are related to interior design. Now, I know that some of you are actually interior designers, some of you are students, some of you are simply interested in the topic. I designed my courses so to kind of reach as many people as possible with my work. I have been doing these courses for a while, so all the things that you will see have already been tested and already been developed for a large audience. So it's what I'm presenting to you today is a program and a number of courses that already have been done over and over again. And now I basically built a place, I should say, where you can actually go and take the classes on your own, for example. I will show you 2 formats. I usually like to do live classes such as this one, where I can interact with you. So you are free to ask questions, make comments, and if something is not clear, we can discuss about it right away. But because it happened to me a few times that people ask me, oh, do you have a recording of this so I can watch it later, or I don't have the time to join the classes in specific time, so I want to watch it in my own time. Well, that's where the idea came from. I was like, okay, I'm going to generate an interior design curriculum where basically people can watch and follow whatever they want in their own time. And at the moment, you should be able to see the screen right now. It's I'm going to show you a few slides and videos and so on. Wait, I want to get rid of this. Sorry, standing in the way. So I wanted to share this with as many people as possible. So I developed this curriculum, and that's going to be the topic for us today. I will explain each class one by one, so you can really get an idea of what are they about. But also, I'm going to give you a taste, basically, of what they are and what are the topics that we will talk about in each and every one of them. So, in case you're interested, you have 2 options. The first one is that you can actually join. You can watch the courses right away in your own time. That's option A. The option B is that I'm going to get in contact with you, and we're going to basically schedule a live version of it. So you have option A and option B, depending on how much time you have and so on. So if you are already, I don't know if somebody else is going to join at this point, but we have to start. I don't want to take your time too much. So
Please. Bye. Please.
We can start. Katie, we can hear you. I encourage you, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. If you have comments or if something is very interesting to you, please let me know so we can develop this a little bit. So this is a little bit of my background. You should be able to see my screen now. And this is a little bit of my work and the work I've been doing until today. I started my career at university as an industrial designer. Then I started doing interior design. Today, I still work on furniture and product design, but most of the time I'm focusing on teaching interior design. I launched my platform in 2020, and what you're watching today, what you're seeing today, is really the result of the last, I would say, 10 years of teaching, but also it's the result of all my experience working on interior design projects. So let's get into it. So I just wanted to show you what are we going to talk about today. These are the 6 courses that are already available on the platform. So if you go on the platform, you will already see that there is a section called Interior Design Program, and you can find these courses available right away. So you can actually take them in your own time. And we're going to talk about all of them. So I'm going to give you an idea of what are they about. Now, if you're not familiar with what is interior design and what is the job of an interior designer, I prepared this very intense graphic where basically I just wanted to show you the complexity of this kind of job and all the things that you have to know or you have to deal with. As you can see, there's a lot of things going on here because if you're an interior designer, you have to work on, I don't know, your communication. You have to know a little bit about 3D. You have to know how to manage a project. You have to know how to draw by hand, or you don't have to be an artist, but you have to know how to sketch a little bit, and you have to know how to do technical drawings. You have to know about lighting, the design process, creative thinking, design thinking. Well, you can see there's a lot of stuff going on, and actually there are things missing here. There's even more that I didn't include here. This is not to scare anyone, but I just wanted to make one thing clear. Doing this job and working in this field is at once quite challenging, as you can see, like many other jobs are. But also, it's also very interesting because, as you can see, you can take and focus on either of these branches or either of these possibilities. You can take them to the next level. So, for example, you could focus and develop and be very good at one of these things. It's very difficult, of course, to be good at all of them, but you could take in your career, for example, one of these directions and get very good at one thing and be very specialized in it, or try to try to control all these things at the same time and become a very versatile kind of profile where you can actually do a lot of things at the same time. Now, obviously, if you are, I just wanted to show this, especially for the people that are not very familiar with what is the interior design world and in what is involved in it. Well, these are some of the things that are involved with it. And my classes, my courses, and the ones that we're going to talk about today, they kind of focus on, some of these aspects. I just wanted to show you a little hint into what these classes are, what these courses are. One thing that I wanted to ask you, please, if you have some paper or a paper notebook, please prepare it with a pen or a pencil, because we're going to do also a little bit of activities together. I'm going to show you some stuff. Once again, I want to remind you that if you want to communicate with me, you can write in a chat group, raise your hand, turn on your camera and microphone. Just please feel free to communicate with me directly. So let's start. The first course I would like to talk about is a course that I developed for many years, and I finally, in the last few months, I offered also online, which is called Interior Design Styles. Now, to explain a little bit of how and what is this about, I think you have a clue of what it is, but let's do a little game together. I'm going to need your assistance for this. It's very simple. I want you to look at the screen and pay attention to the different styles, the different pictures that you see of interiors, and ask yourself, which one is the place where I would live? Or let's say that you have to choose your favorite style or the favorite picture that you see here. Which one would you pick? Please write in the chat, or you can say it by voice if you want. Which one is the number that you would pick? Remember, there is no right or wrong choice. It's absolutely up to you. Which one do you prefer? But please pick one. The interior, let's say, where that you would choose for your own house or apartment. Which one would it be? Okay, Kenny's going for 3, all right. Turns out 5. Nikki, 4 or 2, okay. There is no right or wrong answer. So whatever you choose, it's fine. Catherine, 1 or 3. Who is missing? Oh, Asha says 2. All right, very well. This is a little game where there is basically there is an association, a connection in between the interior that you chose and the personality that would choose this kind of interior. It doesn't mean, by the way, don't take it personally. It's just a study, so it's not really 100% accurate. So let's take a look at it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So nobody chose the number 6, which is called shabby chic style. Some of these names are a little bit weird, so don't look too much into it. But of course, each and every style can be, and this is what we investigate in this course, what is each and every style made of? So we're talking about materials, we're talking about accessories, we're talking about color palette. A style is a little bit like a puzzle and is made of several elements. And in this course that I designed, we basically look at the 5 major styles. Some of them are here. And I break them down, basically. I break them down and explain how would you build a style like that, just to get people, designers and people that I love interior design, a direction. So you know that if you like a specific style, what exactly you have to do and what exactly are the pieces of the puzzle. So let's look at the personalities that are associated with this style. For example, number 1 is called minimalist style. And the type of personality that would choose this kind of style is perfectionist, methodical, efficient, determined, and introverted. Like I said, Catherine, you choose number 1. Don't look too much into it, but ask yourself if you see a little bit yourself into it. Number 2, which was chosen by Asha and Nikki, friendly, social, interested in culture, chic and elegant. We call this Scandinavian style, which is one of the styles that we talk about in the course because it's an incredibly popular style of interior design. Number 3, Catherine, this could be called Japanese style, although there are different definitions because this is very minimalistic as well. In fact, Catherine chose 1 and 3, which have a lot of things in common. Simple, positive, organized, energetic, and cerebral, the kind of personality. Number 4, classic style, noble, charming, upright, yet rigid and ageless, okay? Classic style. And then we have, Tunzala, you chose number 5 complex, mysterious, different, elegant, and fresh. This is a pop art style, which is quite unique and specific. Now, like I said, don't look too much into it, but as you can imagine, it's not too difficult to see a connection in between the place where you live and the personality that you have. The things that we choose in our life, from our cars to our phones to our friends to the place where we live, or the clothes that we wear, they are in many ways an extension of ourselves. So it is pretty normal that also your interior is going in that direction. So these are some of the things that we discuss in this course. We will begin talking about what is a style. We will analyze in details 5 major styles, interior design styles, and what they are made of. So you have a map of how to do them. But also we will do style boards, which is like to build how to construct a mood board for a client, for example, where you want to show them exactly how your design will look like. And then the most important thing to me is that at the end of this course, we will discuss how you build your own style, meaning based on your experience and the things that you like, how your style might look like. And that goes at the end of the course, and there is much more for that. Like I said, you have 2 formulas, 2 options for this course and for the others as well. You can watch and take the course right away. It's already available on the website. And basically, you will get 3 recorded classes, which are like 2 hours each, that you can watch in your own time, of course. You get the PDFs of the courses, so you can read through. And then one thing that I added to this is that you can, once you finish the course, you also get a one-to-one call with me, meaning that we can, you might have questions or comments about that specific course, so you can ask me directly. So this was the Interior Design Styles course. Let's take a look at the next one. This one is another, I would say, fundamental course for interior design, because lighting is an essential part of any interior. Lighting is really the soul, the mood and tone of any interior space. And I always consider lighting as essential to any interior designer, because lighting can literally change the whole room just by using it correctly. You can really change the whole room. To go a little bit more into what we're doing in this class, we're going to do a little exercise that requires, so please, I know that you all have paper and notebooks, so please open your notebooks on a new page, and I want you to learn very, very quickly, of course, how to draw a little interior room in perspective as well. So you have to do, it's very straightforward. If you look at the screen, you see that there's on a new page, okay, I want you to draw a rectangle, a smaller rectangle, and then a bigger one around it, more or less the same, ratio, the same sides. So a smaller one and then a bigger one around it. Just 2 boxes, 2 rectangles, just like that, with your pen and paper. Please give me the thumbs up when you have them, so I can show you what is the next step, which is very simple. So please, on a new page, draw 2 rectangles, basically, one inside the other, and you can see that there is a little bit of space in between them. So don't draw them too close to each other, otherwise it's going to be a little bit difficult to finish the drawing. Okay, Kenny has it. All right. Just 2 rectangles in the middle of your page. Don't draw them too small, otherwise you won't have enough space. So what you're doing now in like few minutes is the construction of what we call an interior perspective. Catherine, okay, gave me the thumbs up. Let me know when you're ready so we can move to the next step. Okay, Nick is ready. The next step is rather simple. If you have the two rectangles like this, all you need to do is the following. You have to connect the corners, just like that. You see, all you need to do is to connect the corners of the rectangles in such a way, and that's it. That's the basic drawing to do an interior space. Of course, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but for what we have to do now is more than enough. And it's a basic drawing. I teach interior design drawing, and this drawing in particular, in case you want to know, some of you probably already know this. It's what we call a one-point perspective drawing, and it's a way to communicate interiors by drawing with a very specific technique. So the question would be, what are we looking at? Well, this is what we're looking at, basically. So what you just did is to draw an empty room. So as you can see, there's a ceiling, there's a floor, we have left and right walls, and then we have the wall in front of you. So imagine, right, that you are standing inside a room. To be more precise, imagine that you are standing inside your room, like the room where you are right now. Now, you basically drew the room already. The next step, and the next thing I want you to do is to add to this drawing, okay, where you have the ceiling, the floor, the walls in front of you. I want you to draw. You don't have to draw the details. In particular, I want you to pay attention to the light fixtures. What is it? Well, look around you. What do you see? Do you see a pendant or a chandelier coming down from the ceiling? Very well, draw it. Don't worry about the quality of the drawing, that's not important. But I want you to pay attention to the kind of lighting that you have in your room right now. Do you have anything on the walls? Very well, draw it. Do you have a floor lamp like this or similar? You can draw that too. If you have spotlights, recessed lights in the ceiling, you should draw them as well. In other words, visualize, add to this drawing any lighting fixture, that's the way we call it, lighting fixtures, that you have in the room right now, in your own room. One more thing that I didn't draw here is a window. If you have a window or let's say a window door, so it goes all the way to the ceiling, that's also part of the lighting. Why? Well, the things you see on your screen now is what we call artificial lighting or lighting fixtures. But windows or window doors are also part of the lighting. As a matter of fact, we call them natural lighting, which is also important for an interior. So if you have any windows on the walls, for example, or maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you have a skylight in the ceiling, so you can actually see the sky in the room where you are now. Well, go ahead. You can add windows, placing them on the wall that, I mean, on the walls that you prefer. You have 3 walls in this little perspective. I hope I didn't confuse you too much, but I think it's straightforward what you have to do. What are we doing here is to make you pay attention to the lighting fixtures that you have in your room, because obviously in this course about lighting, we will investigate what kind of lighting fixtures do we have, what kind of lighting sources do we have. We will talk about natural lighting. Natural lighting is incredibly important in any interior. So it is part of the process to understand how to make use of natural lighting, for example. And then, of course, we will understand what kind of lighting are there and how should you use them. We will talk about also how humans are affected by natural and artificial lighting. Once again, give me the thumbs up. I hope it's clear. I hope it's all clear. What you have to do. Oh, we have one person I think joining now. Hang on. Ewa, I hope I said the name correctly. Not sure if you can hear me. We already started, but it's fine. You can still keep up with us. Welcome, first of all. We are going through. I'm explaining all the courses that I'm offering on my platform. So we already talked about interior design styles, and now we are doing a little activity to talk about lighting for interior design. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. You can keep up and you can join us. Please give me the thumbs up if you are more or less done with this little interior perspective drawing. And I encourage you to remember in the future how to draw an interior, which is, could be cool in your own experience. It would be cool. Maybe one day you will have to do so. So these are some of the things where I already mentioned pretty much all of them. Some of the topics that I go through when it comes to lighting design. Like I said, lighting design is honestly, I think lighting design is one of the most underestimated parts of interior design, because I teach for universities, and I can see how very often this is not a topic that is like mandatory, it's like an extra almost, which to me is really not the right way to go. That's one of the reasons why I designed this course, because I teach lighting design in universities as well, but it's always something extra. It's always something that comes after. And I'm like, no, lighting design is crucial in putting together a good interior. So in this course, we will go through several subjects. The formula, as I explained earlier, is pretty much the same. So I'm not going to repeat it, but if you go on the page, you will find the lighting design interior dedicated page, and with all the information there. 3 recorded classes, 2 hours per class, plus the one-to-one call with me. So we can, if you have questions, or if you want, for example, if you are working on something, on a project or something, we can discuss it one-to-one directly. By the way, obviously, for all the people that join my class, past or future, I am always happy to hear from you, even related to, for example, to your career. I'm not sure. Wait, I don't know, Ewa. What did you say? I can't. Sorry, couldn't find the screen. Okay, can you see the screen now? Is everything okay? Just want to make sure that you are following what we're doing. Ah, okay, cool. All right, so let's move on to the next class I would like to talk about, the next course. Okay, this is a course that I put together one day because I realized that there's so much going on in this particular moment in history when it comes to interior design. I believe there's a big revolution going on, and there's so much innovations and technologies that I decided to put together. This class came out really for my students because I can see that they had no clue about a lot of things that were happening. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put together a course so they can get ready for the future. Okay, they can get ready for what's going on. Actually, it's not really the future. This revolution has started 5 to 10 years ago. And in this course, I talk about major technologies that are happening in the interior design world. One of them, and I would like to show you something. One of them, hang on, I have to start the video. One of them is virtual reality. Now, if you know anything about interior design, you also are aware that, for example, I hope you see the screen now. You also are aware that obviously you need to showcase to your clients the interiors. You can do it by hand, you can do it with a 3D, or in the 21st century, you can do it like this. So this is, I hope you can see the video. If you don't, please tell me. So this is a virtual reality tour that a client that you can see on the right is doing. And look at what happens now. He's basically changing the whole style of the room. He feels like he's walking in it, basically. And you can see how cool is that. Remember, this is something that a client could do. So using virtual reality to basically showcase your project. As designers, we have to showcase our projects all the time. And with virtual reality, which is a technology that has been around for a while, but only in the last few years it became, and is changing many, many industries, including the interior design industry. Like, this is just one of the things that are happening right now. And I talked about this with my students, and also in this course. That's why it's called Interior Design Future. There is much more going on. For example, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, 3D printing. There's a lot of things that are having a huge impact to the way we do interior design, not only for the clients, but also for interior designers. So we have new tools to play with, so to speak. And I talk about this in this course. Another subject that I want to mention that I talk about in this course is to talk about the skills that interior designer of the 21st century should have. And I investigate basically on the kind of skills that designers and people that work in this industry should have or should work on, because they are very much requested and because the industry is changing. And there are a lot of things that we need to adjust to. This is definitely not, it is not an easy thing to do, but it's also a very exciting moment to be in, because when things are shifting and changing, it also means that there's a lot of possibilities. So I discuss about this, and again, the formula is the same. So we have 3 classes. Of 2 hours each, and I'm always happy to discuss it. And usually in this course, we always have a lot of discussions with my students, because they are really curious to know what they can do and how they can participate in this future. Remember that this is already happening. All the technologies that I talk about in this course are already out there. The thing is that designers have to update themselves and what the way they work in order to use these technologies in the best way possible. Like I said, things are shifting, so possibilities are out there. And I designed this course to simply open the eyes of as many people as possible to what's coming, and so they can find their own direction. The next course I would like to talk about is another course that I've been working on for many, many years, because I love psychology. And years ago, this is something that nobody told me when I was a student, but I realized this after that psychology is essential to many, many disciplines. And I strongly believe that everybody should know about psychology because we all have brains and we all should know more about what's going on. It was not too difficult for me to make a connection in between interior design and psychology. And in fact, once I started doing research, I realized that there's so much stuff out there. I'm still working on it. In this particular moment, I'm doing an interior design course at university, 15 weeks focused on interior design psychology, just to tell you how important this subject has become. I wanted to show you a little example of this. So, all right, you see two images here, left and right. You see two interior rooms. You are now familiar with this because we did a little activity. I would like to ask you, are these two rooms, left and right, the same size? And most importantly, how do you feel about them? Like, do you feel that there is any particular difference in between these two rooms? If yes, what it is? And if there is something that you can point out that is different in these two rooms. Take a good look.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cannot hear.
Yeah, that's Tunzala.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that the green walls look like more longer because of the blue paths going from up to down. Mm-hmm. The walls looking like they are more longer than the white one. But I suppose the size of the two rooms are same.
Okay, very well. Catherine is saying, thank you to for that. Catherine is saying the second one looks bigger because of the colors. Okay, anybody else wants to try to explain what's going on here and if you notice something or if you feel something?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Probably it's not about the walls. It's also about the different color of the wall and the floor, because actually we are doing the lighter, the ceiling, because of it has to be it should be look like a high, how I can say that, deeper, that we are looking the sky. And the floor is the darkest than the ceiling, right? That maybe that this is another reason that we can see the colored room looking the bigger, looking the large, or I don't know how, than the white one.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
No. You're going in the right direction. Now, of course, this is like a teasing exercise where. I just wanted to prove a point. The point is that obviously the two rooms are exactly the same size. So we are not changing the structure of the room. We are not changing the architecture. We are not doing anything like that. What is changing, as you all noticed, is that obviously we are fooling around. We are playing with, we are changing the walls and the floor, but we're not doing that randomly. Absolutely not. One thing that we discuss in this course is that basically you can manipulate, so to speak, an interior to change how people feel. This is just a little example. Actually, Tunza was very close to it. Also, Catherine is correct. What you see in the picture on the right, pretty much, is that you have these stripes on the walls left and right. What happens is that when you look at the stripes psychologically, they are pointing in a very specific direction, meaning they are pointing to the vertical direction. So you use this kind of technique, okay, to change the perception of the room. In other words, it's changing the way we feel about the room, not the room, the way we feel about the room. So the vertical lines push the ceiling up, or in other words, they make you pay attention more to the vertical dimension. So when do you use this kind of technique? Well, you would use this kind of technique, for example, if you have a room where the ceiling is very low or low, and you want people to feel, right? Remember, we're talking about feelings. We're not talking about architecture specifically. We want people to feel that the room is taller than it actually is. So again, this is a little trick, but this trick is based in psychology. It's based on the way we react to the spaces we are in. Let me show you another little example. So the questions are pretty much the same. Look at the rooms left and right. Are the rooms the same size? And how do you feel about them? They are almost identical, but once again, I am fooling with your psychology.
Again, if it's possible, I want to share my thoughts.
Sure.
We can see that two different color, like the red one is a hot color or just warm color, we can call it, and the blue one is a cold color. And the warm color, we can see that it's like coming to us. But another one is going to opposite, and it means that the room with the red color, it looks like smaller than the blue one, because the blue one make it cold and also the long, how I can say, the large.
Yes. Yeah. Anyone else has any feeling about this room? These two rooms, actually, comparing these two rooms. Okay, Nikki. Those are the same size, but the second has more depth. Okay, very well. Well, once again, we are playing with our psychology. One thing that we discussed we discuss in this course is color psychology. In other words, we have in our brains very specific associations with very specific colors. And as an interior designer, obviously, but I mean, even if you are decorating your room, you might want to be aware of that, because you can trigger, you can produce very specific reaction to different, I mean, with these little adjustments. All of you were right. The warm colors, like the room on the left, what happens is that the warm colors, they make us feel, remember, it's a feeling, it's not the actual, it's not exactly what's going on in the room. The warm colors make us feel that the wall, the red wall, is getting towards us. So the room feels a little bit shorter, so to speak, because the wall feels like it's coming towards us. It's the warm color. On the picture on the right, the blue room, which we call a cool color, what happens is that it increases the depth of the room. So it means it feels like the blue wall is moving away from us, all right? Because blue is associated with the sky, the ocean, all of these larger spaces, right? We have a psychological association with that. So as you can see, you can really fool around with these things, and you can really, if you know them, right, you can really improve your interior because you can base your decisions on actual reaction that we produce in the people that live in the room. So according to the kind of space you're working with, the kind of interior you have, you can use all of these little techniques to do that. Of course, this is only part of what we do in this course. We talk about the 5 senses, for example, and how we engage with space with the 5 senses, and we will go through all of them. Lighting and color psychology. I talk about a couple of examples of how do we engage with space. One of them is feng shui. One of them is the Japanese tradition. We will talk about how do we perceive space and the psychology of space. All of this is because I believe that all designers sooner or later need to, understand more about psychology and improve their work by applying it to their interiors. Well, I'm not going to say this anymore. You already know how this works, that we have the two formats. The recorded classes are already available, but if you want to do the live courses, I will propose that as well. I do both. This one, very quickly, actually, this class, I call it Portfolio for Interior Designers. Another nickname of this class is Portfolio and Social Media. I'm about to start a course in Milan about this. Pretty much this is the ABC on how to put together a portfolio. In other words, a place where you showcase all of your best work. Actually, a portfolio for interior designers is also something that you can apply to any job or any skills where you need to showcase something. So this is true also for, I don't know, fashion designers, photographers, anyone who works with graphics can actually follow this course because the rules at the bottom of it are pretty much the same. The portfolio, which is only one of the things that you need to work on. That's why this course is not only about the portfolio itself, but it's also about how to, like, what kind of website you can do, social media, LinkedIn. I look into this specifically for interior designers because in today's world, you cannot just, rely on a printed portfolio. You also, most of your marketing and advertising, remember that the portfolio, the website, Instagram, and so on, stand in between you and clients, design companies, etc. So it's basically inevitable that sooner or later, if you do this kind of jobs, you need a portfolio. And the portfolio is a good way also to organize your work, to improve it. I teach some very, very basic and essential principles on how to do graphic design, which is another subject that I really love. And we go through how to build a portfolio, a printed and online portfolio. I've been doing these courses for many years, so I really give any advice to do it professionally, because that's the goal, to present your work professionally, so people will hire you. It's a portfolio is a little bit like a business card, right? You instead of giving a business card, you give an entire body of work. These are some of the things that we are going to look into, and it's pretty. I mean, I've had people that took this course that were not interior designers, but they worked with visuals, and they still found it incredibly useful to move on their career, advertise the work. So this is also already available, this course, so it's already out there. Well, I already mentioned all of these things. So in case you are interested, in case you are in your career, for example, you are at a point where you have to design a portfolio, please go check it out. The next course I would like to talk about is a special one. This is very much related to what I mentioned earlier of the future of interior design. It's called Smart Home Design. Sorry. The smart home revolution, as I call it, is something that you probably are familiar with. And it's part of what the future of being an interior design means, because if you look at the projections and how much money the biggest companies in the world, from Samsung to Facebook to Google to Amazon, of course, Can you raise your hand if you have at home Google Nest, Alexa, as we call it, from Amazon, any of these devices installed in your homes? If you do, well, that means that the smart home revolution is literally, I mean, slowly getting inside your life as well. Now, in this course is very specific for interior designers that want to understand more what is a smart home and how can you design it, okay? Because more and more clients around the world, especially in the Western countries, but this is getting everywhere at this point, more and more clients are requiring interior designer to know what is a smart home and to design it one for them. So I came up with this course where we investigate how our future homes would look like. And actually, I would like to ask you, on top of your head, a very difficult question. How the home of the future will look like, or to be more specific, how would you like the home of the future look like? Like, is there anything that you think that, let's say that you would add something to your home, and maybe in the kitchen, maybe in the living room, maybe in the bathroom or bedroom. Is there anything that you would suggest, or you think, or you thought about maybe, that you would want to have in your home? Or maybe, what is your vision of the future of our homes, the place where we live? I ask this question to my students all the time because it's always fun to see how they imagine the future. Anyone wants to suggest or share? There is no right or wrong answer. I know it's a kind of difficult question out of the blue, but why not? Nothing? Oh. Nikki says, I want to be closer to nature and modern. Okay. You can be specific if you want. I don't know. I want to have a pool inside my living room. You can share that. If that's how you see the future of our living at home, that's okay. There are no right or wrong answers. And remember, with the technologies that we have today, we have a lot of possibilities, really. It's an exciting time to be with. If it wasn't for the pandemic, it's an exciting time to be in. And in interior design, like I said earlier, there's a lot of things going on. Anybody else has a... Catherine says, I wanted to offer more privacy. Well, privacy is a big issue. In this course, we talk about privacy because, of course, once we connect our devices to the internet that control our homes, anything that is connected to the internet, virtually everything, is exposed to issues in terms of privacy. And of course, there are systems that are supposed to, protect you from that. But you have a very good point. Kenny, full of robots that can take care of cleaning, organizing, and cooking. Well, Kenny, good news are on the way because we have if you in this class, actually, I show the way I organize this course is that we go through room by room all the technologies that are available right now, and of course, for each and every room, we investigate what do you do in those rooms, for example, in the kitchen and the bathroom, and how technology can assist us to have a better life. So we investigate I don't know, robots that clean and cook and do all kinds of things. So it's quite fun to look at what's on the market right now, actually. And like I said, the thing is that more and more clients are asking for their homes to be smart. And remember that this is only the beginning, because the investments that big companies are making are huge, huge. And if you don't have any smart device yet in your home, it's just a matter of time. You will have that, because that's where we're going at the moment. So, Katie, do not worry. It's coming. All right. Actually, hang on. There was the course number 6 I wanted to talk about. But before we go into a little Q&A, I wanted to show you a few courses that are not available yet, but I will propose them. Finally, because one of my friend asked me, I realized that I must offer, and I started designing it, but it's not finished yet, a sort of introduction to interior design and interior design 101, because I always wanted to share my view. I mean, I always do in my courses, but I wanted to show people that, maybe are curious about interior design. What is interior design exactly, and how do you start understanding it? So I'm working on a course which is called Interior Design 101. Another course that I've been working for a while, because I had to do it several times and I came up with several ideas that I want to share, is basically, this is for all these people, and probably you are one of them, or you know somebody like that lives in small spaces and a small apartment, for example. And basically to kind of give them some sort of structure and direction on how do you deal with a small space, and what you should and you shouldn't do, and what are the basic principles that you can apply to those spaces. Design thinking has been a topic that I've been working on for many years, and I also teach at university, and I never did a short course, so I will propose this course as well. And then there are 2 more courses that I am working on right now, which are somehow related to psychology, but they are really very much related to the time we are going through, because I believe COVID has messed up with our mental health big time. And it became even more obvious now that we went through this couple of years. So I'm working on this course, which is basically how to design an interior space, specifically focusing on supporting and improving mental health, which I think is it's an incredibly important topic, because we always talk about materials and lighting and finishings, but we never really talk about how can we make people feel better. I don't want to say happy, but at least, the space where we live, where we spend a lot of time, should always work with us to feel better. And then one more topic that I think it's a very, very relevant right now in this history, even more than ever, I would say, is to design spaces and interiors for inclusion and diversity, which is a topic that I really, really care about. And I'm working on this as well. As you can see, in my program, in my interior design program, I always try to propose topics that are not really, they are not part of the academia, that you don't find them in university and design schools. So I always try to propose something different, topics that are more relevant in this period in time, and that can support even students to for their career as well. I think I went through all of it. In other words, I went through all the courses that are already available. So I would like to ask all of you, first of all, I would like to thank you, but then I would like to know from you if you, from the courses that I explained and I talked about, if there's anything you are interested in and why. Just curious about to know if you're interested in any of them, to get a feedback from you.